Hello and welcome to my video. So, my name is Taylor. I keep looking into this side thing. I'm gonna redo this. So, my name is Taylor and I am a heptathlete at the University of Oregon. And, as you probably know from the title of this video, I'm gonna be doing what the heck are all these different track spikes for. I'll try and look at the camera, although it might be a little too... Okay, never mind. So yeah, I'm making this video because I get a lot of questions asking, why do you have so many shoes? Like, is there even a difference between a lot of the shoes that you wear for your event? And the answer is yes. So that's what I'm going to be showing you in this video. So the first shoe I'm going to show you guys is the sprint spike. Since I do run for the University of Oregon, all of my spikes are Nike. So this is the spike that I wore for most of the season, Zoom Superfly Elite. What makes a sprinting spike is the fact that this plate on the bottom is super stiff. So it's really hard to bend, especially here at the middle. If this plate were to collapse as you hit the ground, that would be taking up time. So you hit, it's super stiff, helps you spring and get your foot right back off the ground. The heel section of the plate is also just plastic. So that's because when you're sprinting, you're not going to be striking with your heel at all. You're up on your toes the whole time, and that's also why the spikes are only on the toes and forefoot. The upper on this is like nylon, I'd say, and it's super light, super similar. The plate of the shoe is the exact same. A little bit weird, so the laces on the left shoe go to the left. The laces on the right shoe also go to the left. So these were made because of the curve of the track. You're always going to be going left. This will help your foot from sliding as you're turning around the curve. The sprint spikes that I personally like the best, Zoom Superfly Elite 2. So the upper part of the shoe is made of like a mesh. It's see-through, so whatever color socks I'm wearing you can see, because it's super light, super stretchy. I have really narrow feet. It's almost like a sock because it's so stretchy, so it fits right over your foot, which is nice. Oh, I've been looking at this thing all the time, my bad. I'm guessing if you have really wide feet that this might not be the most comfortable. It might like feel too tight on your foot. They look super sick. They're not the Oregon colorway, but they still let us wear these. Alright, coming off of sprint spikes, these are my middle distance shoes. So this is what I wear for the 800. The 800 is the longest thing I run. So middle distance spikes are basically the halfway point between the sprint spikes and distance spikes. So they are not quite as stiff. This is super light, like this has holes in it. Since you do heel strike a little bit more, the back of the shoe here has little tiny spikes for contacting the ground. And then again, spikes in the forefoot. You don't need as much traction with this shoe, so there is more spikes in the sprint shoe than the middle distance shoe. Just realized I have my lucky pickle juice in this shoe because the 800 is the hardest race for me, so. But lucky pickle juice, which I think pickle juice especially is kind of gross. So my coach gave me this in high school because pickle juice is supposed to help with like cramping, and my calves had cramped up in a hard workout a couple days before, and he knew I didn't like pickles. So a tiny little bottle of pickle juice. I don't know, kind of funny. I keep it in my shoe. I'm not going to drink it. It's pretty old now, so that's that. Let's switch it up here and go into throwing shoes. So the throws in track and field, we have javelin, shot put, discus, and hammer. I only do javelin and shot put. I'm pretty sure the discus shoes and the hammer shoes are the same as the shot put shoes. So this is just like Nike's basic rotational shoe called the Zoom SD. The specialized athletes rotate around in them. I do the glide. A lot of multi-athletes do the glide. But basically it's a rubber sole, so you can just slide around the ring. So that's the main purpose of these. They are super heavy compared to the shoes I just showed you. Here, I'll give you a clunk test. Ready? Okay. Significantly clunkier. I would not want to run even a a warm-up lap in these things. We have the rubber coming all the way. Oh! The rubber comes all the way up the toe. It's not going to start peeling off on the part that you're actually hitting the ground with. Alright, so this is the shot put shoe. Next is Javelin. So these are called the Zoom Javelin Elite Flyware. The Velcro on these Javelin boots as well as on the shot put shoe is just so you won't have your foot slipping around in the shoe. The Javelin shoes are actually different between right shoe, left shoe. This left shoe is a high top and this right shoe has significantly more rubber on the toe. So basically, since I'm right-handed, I don't think I've ever seen these switched, but I'm sure they have them. They have spikes on the heel. So high jump shoes also have these spikes in the heel, and when I was in high school, I threw Javelin with high jump spikes and it was totally fine. But now that I go to U of O and they like to give shoes to us, I have been given a pair of Javelin shoes. The left shoe is a high top because this is my planting foot, so that helps you from rolling your ankle or anything. The right shoe has rubber because as you plant with your left, your right foot is like dragging. My high jump shoes in high school, part of the shoe here were coming off. Again, Heptathlete here. I do the high jump and the long jump. So this is a video that will exclude pole vault and triple jump. Oh well. They both have their own spikes. I don't own any. First off, high jump shoe, very similar to the Javelin spike. So we got the spikes in the heel and spikes in the forefoot. This shoe is super flat. So when you're planting with your whole foot. You're not going to be running up on your toes here like the sprint spikes kind of force you to do. That's a big thing with high school track. High jumpers will jump in sprint spikes and they're towing their way around. So in high jump, your heel hits the ground before the front of the shoe does. So you want to make sure you're not putting your heel down and slipping off, especially here in Eugene. The track is wet half of the year, and that is during track season. Again, with the Velcro, lock your foot. High jump shoes are actually my favorite shoe. I think they look super sweet. I just think it's super cool. Next, long jump. Long jump shoes are the closest thing to pole vault spikes. For your long jumper wanting to try pole vault, just wear these. Same with, just wear your high jump shoes for Javelin. I don't think it's gonna make all that much of a difference. Just, yeah, you're sprinting down the runway, and that's going to be on the front of your shoe. These heel things are just kind of padded, so you're not just slamming your heel on the ground when you do have your heel on the ground. So, long jump spikes, there is this zipper on the upper, and that is to keep sand out. I still take my shoes off every single jump and dump the sand. I think that's just kind of inevitable. You're going to get sand in your shoes. The zipper makes it a little bit annoying when you take your shoes off every single jump. And there's also this Velcro on the toe, and that's just to tighten it up. And these are definitely a lot heavier than the first shoes I was showing you. I'll give you a clunk. If you remember the clunks that I showed you before. High jump, also pretty clunky. I think high jump shoes are a little less. Oh, maybe not. They still just clunk. That just about covers it. Since a lot of people don't know what heptathlon is, it starts off with the 100-meter hurdles, which I wear my sprint spikes for. So if I'm going to do the heptathlon in a meet, I'm bringing 7 pairs of shoes with me. We got sprint spikes, high jump spikes, shot puts, long jump spikes, javelin spikes, and my 800-meter spikes. And then just a pair of trainers to warm up in, train in between events. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this was super informational and that you learned a little bit more about track and field, a little bit more about spikes. Thank you for watching.